Hello, hello, greetings, friends and nizzles. We're back. This is day 8, and it is day 1 after the client meeting. So, yesterday evening, Peter came over and we took a look at the website together, and he hates it. He really hates it. He threw a complete fit. We need to turn it upside down and inside out and basically redo it from scratch. And I'm lying, he loves it. He's really happy with it. So, thank you, guys. Congratulations. This is great work. So round of applause for all of us. I think we did really well here. And we are on the right track to, get this thing out the door in a couple days, which is fantastic. Peter and I sat down and just looked over the website, bit by bit. He really enjoyed everything we've been doing. He likes the button. So, that's good news. That's good news. I'm so proud of this button. We did a couple of amendments. We changed some text around, but we also did a few edits when it comes to layout and design, right? And I'm going to walk you through these just to see where we got yesterday night, and then we're going to start today's work and work on this incredible footer that is going to be, wait, where are we? Obviously, this is the heart of the website. So, today is the most important episode. I'm sure this doesn't surprise you. So, I've got a heartburn. So you're gonna hear me coughing. First of all, we made this line, this outline here on the button. We made this 1 pixel thicker. There. Why did we do that? Because further down here on white background, it's a bit less easy to really discern, and I wanted to make it stand out. We both wanted to make it stand out a little, so that's why we did that. What was the other really small thing we did? No, I mean the other stuff we did was actually rather big. Let me see. We did the hover effect on the FAQ dropdowns. We're going to talk about that. Image layout in Mission. Yeah, that definitely we're going to have to talk about, and I'm going to talk to you about the shy soft hyphenation type of thing. So let's get this out of the way first. How do we actually, for a long time, I didn't know how to fix this problem. We see how this here, there's pharma, and then there's a hyphenation, and there's pseudocol, right? So if I were to manually put a hyphen here, then I think, and we can check that in a moment, the browser would recommend that, we're at the end of the line here, and it would just break the word. But then as soon as we go to smaller, but this container changes in any way, we're going to have a word here with a hyphen in it, which would suck. So the gods of HTML have thought of that and given us a piece of, just a piece of code, I guess, like a short argument that you can put into your HTML to put something called a soft hyphen into a word. And this is how you do it. It's like adding any kind of other characters, like an ampersand or something. So here you can see that it just says pharma and then shy pseudocol. Hang on. Whatever. Right? I just wanted to highlight it for you. Pharma, shy, pseudocol. So, and shy, semicolon, pseudocol companies. So if I get rid of this now, I have a layout that doesn't really look very nice, right? There's a bad rhythm to this. This sort of extends way too closely to this. It's just like the very edge of what's, allowed here, and it doesn't look nice. So that's because this word is evidently too long. And again, if I put a hyphen here, then it should break. Right, it does. But as we discussed, as soon as the wrapper shrinks in width, then we have a word with the thing in it. So that's why we put this and SHY. What am I doing? And SHY there, in there, and then that's how we get this. So I thought that might be worth knowing, because I only learned about this last year after like 24 years of doing web design. Very nice one. And then we did these hover effects here, where as soon as I hover over any of these headings, the drop-down button has an effect, right? We want to have a response here. That's just basic user experience. that if something is interactive, you want to have some sort of response beyond just the mouse cursor changing to like a hand, right? So basically, you know, it becomes a hand. I can see that, I can click it, but also this becomes a thing. This you know, gets a hover effect. So these hover effects, I found, I might have overlooked something, but if I just go to, let me just disable the CSS I wrote for this for a moment. Just comment this out. No, that's not right. Where did I write the CSS? I think I wrote it on the title. Yeah. So now we don't have any CSS. And, you know, if I hover over here, nothing happens. So if I select the icon and I want to give it a hover state, which I can do here, right? I can go into hover, sudo class, and if I go in here and I say, while I hover, I want the fill to be this color and the stroke color to be this, then yeah, that works. But hang on, does this actually work? Yesterday it didn't. Yeah. Okay. Although that's weird. Yeah, because in Bricks, this icon, anything I do with this icon is actually done on the ID level, right? So, you know, I just changed the icon, this one icon, and I still don't have the hover effect that I wanted. So what I need to do is I just need to write the CSS that I want, just Control Z this, on the parent. There's still, I don't know what I just did wrong, so I'm just gonna reload. Yeah, we're back to where we were and wanted to be. So we go to the title. And since I'm on the title class, question title, I wrote the CSS in here. I told it to, you know, if I hover the root, so if I hover the whole title, then the SVG inside it gets a fill of var action and it gets a stroke of var base. And I needed to make that important. I don't remember. There was something, I didn't have the patience to figure out what was trying to sabotage me there. So I just set it to important. And then the SVG, I gave it a transition. So this is smooth, right? It's 0.3 seconds. It's the same transition length that's on the button. So everything here is nice and consistent. And that's it. That's how we got to this. So we have this nice effect here. And now the last thing that we discussed is that and I think I mentioned this in a previous video, he wasn't too happy with this layout actually. Still didn't really work that well for him. So we came out with something new here that I think I'm going to admit it's fantastic. I love this. So we just did a 4-column thing here with, you know, 2 times the same image, but it's different sections or different, yeah, different excerpts from the same image. And, you know, these are fruiting bodies. That's what they're called, fruiting bodies. So, you know, I learned this from Peter. I'm passing this knowledge on to you, and now you are ready to work in the pharmaceutical industry. I expect you to cut me in. And what we need to do is just redo this here. So that's our job for today. Before we even go into building the footer, which we might or might not do today, we'll have, I don't know, like I got like 30 minutes or something. We'll do this nice image thing here that we see here in Figma. So starting now is our work for today. I'm gonna collapse all this, go here to the mosaic, and we're gonna have to get rid of all the nice grid stuff we did. But hey, you always have the video to come back to and look at. We just need a basic 4-column grid. So grid 4, that's what we have an advanced theme class for. So no. Oh, right. Because the class that I made actually gives it a min width. Do I just make a different? Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna not gonna make a class for this. I'm just gonna remove the class from this, and I'm gonna do the grid by hand. So we go here, we set this to grid. Go grid template columns, repeat for min max 0, 1 fr. There. In here, we get rid of all these images. We don't want any of them anymore. No divs with these images in them either. We go back to the mosaic, to the top, or to the parent. We go gap, space M. Actually, no, I think we decided we want to have for this one a smaller space gap. So this should be it, and all we need now is 4 images. Yes, we need to get rid of the CSS that I wrote for the children. We also can get rid of the position relative because we're not going to use any isolation here. And oh no, these need to be wrapped, don't they? They do need to be wrapped, or even we don't need them to be images really. Since they're really just decoration. Well, if we use them as images, then we can put a bunch of metadata on them and stuff, and that could be interesting for SEO. So we'll use images and just make them behave like background images, same way with this object fit class. So I'm going to wrap them here in a block. So we got an image in a block image. Yeah, I'm just going to call it fruit body. And we're gonna, the image is going to be object fit, image object fit. And I might as well just, select an image for this. Go to photos. We want this guy. And then later for the second one, we want this guy. So here, and now I gave it an object fit class, and it's just breaking out of its container because you remember, it's always looking for the next ancestor that has some position that is not static. And that would be this guy. Would it? No, that has position static. That's just normal position. Well, this clearly, so it seems to be, for some reason, this is what it's latching onto. But we want it to be here. So we give this position relative. There. Now there's our fruiting body number 1. And we want 4 of these guys. And then now we just need to replace the images, really. You know what? Let's do this one by one. I'm going to go with this image first, and I'm going to set on the ID level. I'm going to set the object position as horizontally around 10%. It's not too bad, is it? Let's see. Yeah. Look at me. Haha. 50%. And so 10%, horizontally x-axis, and 50% y-axis. We just want it to be vertically centered. Then the next one, I also like this effect, kind of, that it's sort of the same image. We don't, we don't want this effect now, but you could, it's something you could do where you have the same image just sort of in 4 columns, right? But you would use a mask for that and not try to do this with crazy positioning. There's a video about masks, I think by Dave Foy. This tangent, Brandon Williams, it's going to let you do some really cool stuff. Yeah, that was the one. Kevin Powell, was it? That's, yeah. You may want to look this up. This is really nice.
It's missing some.
Let me see if that's the one. No. Yikes. Who was it that talked about this mask thing? Was it Maxime? No. Okay, well, it's not part of what we're doing today, but do look up image masks. It's a really cool thing that allows you to make some really nice effects by, you know, masking images. I'm not going to go into some further details now. Let's see. I'm getting this guy, and we want to have this one. We want to have sort of, we want to see more of the actual thing. So we go to object position 50%. No, well, it needs to be more than that. It needs to be 70 and 50. Yeah, it's about right. Then the next guy, we want to be 50-50-ish. I think it can stay that way, actually. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, perhaps nudge it a little bit in this direction. So we go here. We are at 40. Yeah. And then the last one, we pick this guy again. Come here, you fruiting buddy, you. And we select object position 90. Or perhaps 100. Yeah. Yep. Wonderful. And that's it. So we really, this went much faster than I expected. So we're happy with this. So footer time. So this is, I have like this prepared, predefined footer here that we're going to have to, you know, change because it's not the footer we want. First of all, we're going to need to redo this background image here because I made it in GIMP and then I forgot to save it. So I'm just going to do something similar. I still in Figma have this that I made, right? This frame here, the mosaic, is basically just all the pictures that we have assembled as a collage. And I'm going to move these around a little because they're just the same thing next to each other all the every time. So I'm going to move this further down. And this one too. Or, you know, further up. And then this guy goes towards close to the end. Or in this line now. No. Yeah, this is good. Now we go up here, we go to the mosaic, and we export the whole thing as a JPEG. And then that it's a zip. What am I doing? Why is it? Okay, fine, it's a zip. Sure. It should just be a JPEG. So let's see. Curious what we just created. Yeah. Okay, whatever floats your boat, Figma. No problem there. Not judging. Where's GIMP? Here. So we want this to be grayscale. And since we know this will be, actually we don't know that. So I'm not gonna, I'm gonna use a CSS to grayscale it, and I'm gonna leave it. Oh God, my throat feels horrible today. I'm gonna leave it in color, the actual image. So we're gonna press Shift P for perspective, I think. Shift P. Thank you, perspective. And was it? No, it wasn't. Was it unified transform? Yeah. This one. Although perspective would have been enough, but fair enough. And we just, you know, we just go a little bit apeshit with this. Although I like when it goes the other way. Reset. Yeah. We want it to sort of look like it's going into the distance. Like this. This is kind of sick. Yeah, man. Yeah, boys. Boys. Good enough for me. Transform. Control Shift E exports, and we have our footer mosaic.jpg. I'm going to save it in my test folder. And then I'm just going to bring it over to, yeah, 60 something, 69. 69 in this one. And Control X, Control V, 459 kilobytes. It's fine with me. Is that 2000 pixels? It's 2560. We don't need it to be that large. So Alt I S scales it. 2000 is enough. Control E again, it exports it at the previously selected settings. Going to bring it back from the test folder. Going to delete these two images, replace, and we're at 15 kilobytes, and we're going to bring that into the website. So first of all, this is our footer. This is not our footer. I'm going to save this and close it. And here we have our div, which should be a section because it is a section. It's the contact us kind of section. So HTML tag here is a section. And in there, let's get rid of the map. Let's get rid of we just need the wrapper. And so the footer itself is going to have no background color. It's going to have a background image. It's not a photo, it's a mosaic. So it kind of belongs into the design assets. Alt tab here, put it in there. Wonderful. Did we use a class for the, probably not. We're gonna have layout, space XL. Is the footer section, does it have different padding than? No, it has the same padding as all the other sections. So that's what we're gonna do. So no special padding here. Yep. Typography, yes, color white. Although we're gonna use our section dark class for that. And we're gonna give it on the ID level an section split. Oh yeah, I prepared that, didn't I? Yeah. Although we want to use the before differently here. I'm section split before. Right? We did that with the clip path, didn't we? Or did we? Yeah, right. But where's the clip? Where's the clip path? Oh yeah, here. On the section split. There. So how do I get an overlay here now that darkens and well, see, well, first of all, we don't do this on the. I'm going to have to use an after. To darken this, right? Because I'm pretty sure if I use the overlay now, like the gradient overlay thing that Bricks provides, then I'm probably messing with the before and a clip path thing that I made by hand. Because Bricks is not going to co-opt this. Let's find out. Add color. You want the base color? Yeah, right? So we want to have an overlay over this. So let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Apply to overlay. Doesn't matter. Go away. Go away. So I'm giving the after pseudo element no content. Positioning it absolute. Inset 0, width 100%, height 100%. I don't think I need the inset in that case. And background color. How do I add transparency to a variable? I probably don't. I would need to make a new variable, which is fine. I can just use a generate shade type of thing here. I'm going to have a none of that stuff. We just want to have transparent shades. And we just want to have one shade. 2, generate shades. So it made me 2, which I don't want. So I'm going to get rid of this one. And we just have T1, okay? So now here, I can later then just change my transparency like I want. Like, let's say, let's make it 85. Okay, this should be fine. Base T1. So background color is going to be base T. I think I need to reload in order for this to make sense. Yeah, I saved, didn't I? Okay, F5. Yeah. Base T1. Why is it positioned like that? Why is the after positioned like that? Let's try the inset then. Bingo. Now the after is overlaying everything else, which we don't want. We want it to have a z-index of -1. No, we want to add 0. And then the before should have, let's see what we just committed. Let's see what crime just came up. Best way to find out is if I put some content in here. Yeah, we can see that, this should be plain white if the before was above the after. So this should have a z-index of 1. And then the actual thing, this should have a z-index of 2. That's my working theory. So root before. Root z-index 3. I feel like I'm doing a really hacky, clumsy thing right now. But I'm also feeling like it's going to work. There's probably a better, smoother way to do this. But this is a situation I got myself into. Now I have to live with it. I'm here on the grid 3 thing. It's not a grid 3 thing anymore. It's not a grid at all. It should be flex. We want it to be aligned cross-axis center. We want to have a row gap of content, space content. And in that footer, we're going to have, oh, there's a larger, there are 3 divs in here. The get in touch wrapper, the MyxoTech yada yada wrapper, and then the button is not going to be a wrapper. This doesn't need a wrapper. So we are going to need a block, and a button. We're going to have the head. We're going to have the body. And we're going to have the CTA. Okay, so the head is going to have row gap space content. The body is going to have row gap space content. The footer wrapper is going to have row gap larger than that. Space 40 pixels, 60 pixels. And now let's put in some goodness here. We have a heading, and what was below the heading? Was there? No, there was, yeah, get in touch. Then just a little bit text. So the text is going to be an A. And we need the body, which is going to have the icon, the logo. And we're going to have a heading and a rich text. Or just two basic text. No, rich text. So we're going to have, God, my brain is freezing. An SVG, a heading, and a rich text. Heading. Where did I put this? Heading and rich text. That's a basic text. If I accidentally said something, like if I put a basic text here, I can right click and I can convert it to a rich text if I want, or a heading. So that's really nice. Body SVG, we have the logo, and then the heading is company title, company, and then contact. That's just the contact info. And then the CTA is the CTA. So now why are we not seeing any of this? Because the Z-index doesn't work, does it? I knew I was messy. I knew this was messy, what I'm doing here. Oh, yeah, well. Yeah, dot container. Is it dot container? Is it dot break Z container? Yeah, there we go. There's everything. So this footer wrapper is gonna be, why isn't any of this center aligned? Oh yeah, because these need to be center aligned. Center and body center. Why does this have space L? It shouldn't have space L. It should be space content. And now we're heading where we want to head. Speaking of head, I'm selecting the head here. Row gap should be space content. And I am a heading. This is an H2, so that's fine. Get in touch. Wrap. No, not dynamic data. And it's going to be accent. MyxoTech layout. Wait, H3. Gave it the color of the company. Yeah, Peter's going to have to give me that stuff. So for now, I'm just going to put placeholders in here. Actually, we have an email address. I think it's contact@myxotech.com. Control K, enter. Bingo. So all of this is going to be typography, text align center. This H3 is going to be text align center. This is going to be text align center. And this as well. And it's going to be a width of, max width of 75 characters. We're going to get the text here. Please email us at info@. Oh, this needs to be a rich text because we're just putting a text link in there. Hello? There. Gonna highlight this, press Control K. Nope. So Control K to just put a link here, right? And then WordPress automatically recognizes that we want to put a mail to on this because it sees this is an email address. I can just select this and I'm golden. There are 2 spaces here, shouldn't be. And we're going to have to style the links in a moment. But all of this, whoops, looks fine. Although I don't like that the H2s, the H2s aren't they too small? Don't you think they're too small? I'm going to give them a little bit of, I'm going to make them a little bit larger. Variable manager, typography, 0.8. Save to database, close. Just an idea, just a tad, although that's fine. Can always go back and forth a little, see if I like it or not, or if the client likes it or not. So we are looking for the logo, company assets, insert, and we're gonna make it. Did it have a? Does it matter? Should we make it the same? Oh, right, I'm not on the page. We could make this consistent. Same width as this one. So we go to pages, Startseite, which is German for front page. And we give this a class. Just calling it logo. And then I go here, import styles, ID styles to class. There we go, save. Then refresh here and just give it that logo class. Perfect. This is info at. Now we go to settings, theme styles, links. We want links to have this color, although perhaps a little darker. We want them to be bold. Then when we hover them, they get lighter. Because on if ever there's a link on white background, that bright green, it's going to be a bit tricky to read. So I'm going to use the darker color for the actual link, and then when I hover, it's going to get brighter. So background, border, what is that? Typography again. Font weight, bold. Yeah, that's good. Then we give it a hover effect. And then we say on hover, we want the color to be the brighter thing. And what's with this button? Oh yeah, okay. Of course. Yeah. And we've got all we wanted, almost. Yeah. We want this to be black and white, right? But I think the rest is fine. If I look at the front end now, the footer is what we want it to be. Yeah, I like that. I think it's looking great. What does the button say? Contact us now? Work with us? Email us now. Okay, so this is clearly just a mail to link. Email us now. Link type external URL, mail to info@myxotech.com. Perfect. Where did the button styling go? What just happened? Wait, does the button styling break as soon as I actually put a link on the buttons? Did I mess something up there? Oh, crap. Okay, I'm going to have to fix the CSS for that. Because probably the... Yeah, well, I mean, as soon as we turn this into a link, this is no longer a button tag, it's an A tag, which makes perfect sense. External URL, mail to info@myxotech.com. And for this, we need to go into the backend to layout, buttons, and can I press Control D? Was it D? Oh no, that's stupid. No. So the class is going to remain the same, presumably. Hover stuff, yada yada, get rid of that. So now, whether it's a button or an A tag, yeah, it works. So, crisis averted. No need to cry. At least not over this. So we go back to footer wrapper. We go to footer style. We put an after on this, root after, and we're going to have background. What was it? Blend mode? Grayscale? 100%. No. Okay, I'm going to have to look it up. I forgot how it was done. It was backdrop filter. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, I like it. Do you like it, guys? I like it. Now, the last thing we need to do is this footer bar, which is going to be dirt simple, really. Just wondering if I should brighten this up a little. I don't think so. It's fine. It's fine the way it is. This is good. This is wonderful. So the footer bar gets a background color. This is our base color. No, wait. Let's go to the parent. Yeah. And I mean, all I really need in there now is just put the text in there. So here it says, and copy, you know, for the copyrights, you like character, then current date, Y is just a function that puts the current date in there and, you know, sets the year. I think if it's a non-capital Y, it just says 24. And then if it's a capital Y, it says 2024. Then we want to have the name of the client in here. MyxoTech, and then conception. My God. Design and development. I think it's just bryandartery.com. Okay, I'm nicking myself. Oops. And I don't think the footer bar needs any more love. It's fine the way it is. Right, looking good. We're gonna have to do the legal documents like privacy policy, legal notice, and cookie policy and all that stuff. That's gonna come at a later date. I think for now, what we're gonna need to do is do the responsive design. But we are 38 minutes in and it's Dexter time, or perhaps I'm going to continue playing Dead Space a little. We'll see. One of the two. Let's take another look at Figma, see if I forgot anything. No. Nope, nope, nope. Here. Yeah, I'm going to write Peter an email for this contact data. Yeah, everything looks hunky-dory. Thank you for watching, guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye.